In the quiet corners of our lives, when the world outside feels overwhelmingly loud and uncertain, we often search for a source of comfort. We look for something to hold on to, a gentle whisper of reassurance that can calm our racing thoughts and soothe our weary hearts. Words, when woven with care and imbued with timeless wisdom, possess a remarkable power to provide just that. They can act as a steady anchor in the turbulent seas of our daily existence, offering a sense of peace and stability when we need it most. These words remind us that we are not adrift and that a profound sense of hope is always within our reach, waiting to be rediscovered. Throughout history, people have turned to ancient texts for this very purpose, finding in them a deep well of solace and strength. The Book of Psalms, in particular, has long served as a cherished companion for countless souls navigating the complexities of the human experience. Its verses speak directly to our deepest fears, our most earnest hopes, and our universal longing for connection and security. It is a collection of songs and prayers that echo the full spectrum of our emotions, from moments of despair to expressions of unbridled joy. The beauty of these psalms lies in their ability to transcend time, offering the same profound comfort today as they did centuries ago. Within this sacred collection, certain psalms resonate with a particular power, acting as beacons of light in moments of darkness. They are often turned to for their specific promises of protection, prosperity, and divine assistance, providing a spiritual shield against the worries of the world. These are not merely poetic lines to be read. They are invitations to feel safe, to find peace, and to embrace a sense of unwavering hope. They teach us to lift our gaze from our immediate troubles and to place our trust in a higher, more enduring power that watches over us with unending care and compassion. Today, on this date of the 8th of July 2025, we will explore three of the most powerful and beloved of these psalms: Psalm 91, Psalm 23, and Psalm 121. Each offers a unique and beautiful message of reassurance tailored to different needs of the human spirit. Whether you are seeking a shield from harm, a guide through a confusing valley, or a constant guardian to watch over your journey, the words of these psalms have something profound to offer. Let us delve into their gentle wisdom and discover how their ancient verses can bring a calming presence into our modern lives, offering strength for today and bright hope for all our tomorrows. Psalm 91 is often called the Soldier's Psalm, a powerful declaration of divine protection and safety. It speaks to the part of us that feels vulnerable, the part that worries about the unseen dangers and unexpected trials that life may present. The psalm begins by painting a beautiful picture of what it means to live under God's care, describing it as dwelling in the secret place of the Most High and abiding under the shadow of the Almighty. This imagery evokes a sense of complete and total security, like being sheltered in an impenetrable fortress where no harm can reach you. It is a profound promise that you are never truly exposed or alone in your struggles. The psalm continues with powerful assurances promising deliverance from hidden traps and devastating plagues. It uses vivid language to describe how God will be a shield and a buckler, ancient terms for defensive armor, protecting us from every direction. The words tell us that even if 1,000 fall at our side, or 10,000 at our right hand, this calamity will not come near us. This is not a promise that we will never witness hardship, but rather an assurance that we will be preserved through it. It speaks of a spiritual protection that guards our very essence, keeping our spirits safe from the chaos that may unfold around us. One of the most comforting images in Psalm 91 is the promise that God will command his angels to guard us in all our ways. It suggests that a heavenly host is personally assigned to our care, watching over our steps and lifting us up so that we do not even dash our foot against a stone. This is a wonderfully intimate and personal picture of divine intervention, suggesting a level of care that is both constant and incredibly detailed. It transforms the idea of protection from an abstract concept into a tangible, ever-present reality, assuring us that we are supported and guided with every single step we take on our life's journey. Ultimately, Psalm 91 is a profound source of courage. It encourages us to face the world not with fear, but with a deep-seated confidence in the divine protection that surrounds us. It concludes with a direct promise from God, "With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation." This psalm is a powerful reminder that by placing our trust in a higher power, we can find a refuge so strong and a peace so deep that it quiets all our anxieties. It is a spiritual fortress we can retreat to whenever we feel threatened, finding there the strength to stand firm and unafraid. Psalm 23 is perhaps one of the most famous and universally loved passages in all of Scripture, and for good reason. It begins with the simple yet incredibly profound statement, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." In these few words, a whole world of peace and provision is opened up. The image of a shepherd is one of gentle care, patient guidance, and constant vigilance. A shepherd knows each of their sheep intimately and is dedicated to their well-being. This psalm invites us to see ourselves as being under that same watchful, loving care, assuring us that everything we truly need for our journey, sustenance, rest, and direction, will be provided for us. The psalm then beautifully describes the peace that comes from this divine guidance. It speaks of being led to green pastures and still waters, images that evoke a sense of deep tranquility and restoration. In a world that often feels rushed, demanding, and draining, this promise of rest is a welcome balm for the soul. It tells us that our shepherd knows when we are tired and will lead us to places where our spirit can be renewed and our strength restored. This is not a passive existence, but a guided one where our path is directed towards places of peace and righteousness for the sake of our own well-being. Perhaps the most powerful verse for many is the one that addresses our deepest fears. "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me." This acknowledges that life will inevitably have its dark valleys, times of grief, loss, and profound challenge. Yet the promise is not that we will avoid these valleys, but that we will not walk through them alone. The shepherd's presence is a constant, and his tools, the rod for protection and the staff for guidance, are a source of comfort, reminding us that we are being defended and led even in the darkest of moments. The psalm concludes with an overwhelming sense of abundance and eternal security. It speaks of a table being prepared for us in the presence of our enemies, a symbol of honor and provision even amidst conflict. It promises that goodness and mercy will follow us all the days of our lives like two faithful companions on our journey. And finally, it offers the ultimate reassurance that we will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Psalm 23 is a complete journey from gentle provision to eternal safety, a beautiful and enduring promise that we are always guided, always comforted, and always home. Psalm 121 begins with a question that we have all asked in one form or another during times of struggle. "I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help." It is a question of searching, of looking out at the vast and sometimes intimidating landscape of our challenges and wondering where we can possibly find the strength to overcome them. The psalmist looks to the powerful, unmoving hills, perhaps as a symbol of earthly strength, but immediately provides a more profound answer. This opening sets the stage for a powerful revelation about the true source of our support, moving our gaze from the creation to the Creator himself. The answer to this searching question is both immediate and definitive. "My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth." This is a monumental shift in perspective. It tells us that our help doesn't come from something limited or finite, like the hills, but from the infinite and all-powerful being who created the entire universe. This single statement is designed to fill us with immense confidence. If our helper is the one who crafted the heavens and the earth, then surely no problem we face is too large or too complex for that same power to handle. It is an invitation to place our trust in the ultimate source of all strength and capability. The psalm then elaborates on the nature of this divine help, describing it as a form of constant, unwavering watchfulness. It promises, "He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep." This is one of the most comforting images in all of the Psalms. It assures us that our guardian is never off duty, never distracted, and never tired. While we sleep, we are being watched over. While we go about our day, we are being protected. This tireless vigilance provides a deep sense of security, allowing us to rest and live without the constant burden of anxiety. Finally, Psalm 121 extends this protection to every aspect of our lives now and forever. It states that the Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. This promise covers both physical and spiritual harm, ensuring our complete well-being. It concludes by saying, "The Lord will preserve our going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore." This means that every journey, every transition, every beginning and every end is under his watchful eye. It is a beautiful and all-encompassing blessing, a perfect psalm to carry with us for daily strength, reminding us that our divine helper is always present, always awake, and always watching over us with perfect love.